We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames today, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine collective, to see what is going on. Happy Christmas Eve. Happy holidays to you. Today is actually an amazing day because we have a beautiful Pleiadian alignment that is playing out for us this Christmas Eve. It's making some really nice energies. We're exactly 2 days away from that Cancer full moon too, which also aligns with the Pleiades. I think these are very important alignments that are playing out alongside our collective ascension as well too, bringing some amazing energies for twin flames. Today, our sun in Capricorn also aligns with Saturn in Pisces. This is all about our long-term commitments. Basically, you're probably going to be focused on the long term within your love life, within your relationships. It's also bringing a lot of healing to the surface as Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is also a very karmic energy. However, with that, we'll say Neptune, Pisces influence is kind of bringing a dreamy vibe. Oftentimes, twin flames are very connected in the spiritual, so it's also bringing that kind of spiritual energy to the surface. You might find yourself daydreaming, lost in your thoughts, or kind of meeting your twin flame through your thoughts right now. You'll find you're thinking about them a little bit extra. That Cancer full moon is going to be super charged up with the energies of the solstice and bringing a powerful bang as we're closing out and wrapping up this year as well too. It's helping to shift us towards the new year. So we do have a lot of integrating into higher frequency energy, clearing of karmic energies, but also a huge focus on relationships, family, and home right now within these energies. Make sure you guys are tapping into these Pleiadian energies too. They're amazing for working with the energies, whether for doing healing work, activation work, or even manifesting work. This full moon energy is amazing for manifesting too. But let's just go ahead and do some cards, starting with the Divine Feminine. I'm going to actually use a deck. Ooh, they're falling. I'm going to actually use a deck that I just made too. This is a twin flame separation deck that I just made. Kind of excited about it too. So I'll be adding this to the mix. I did 78 cards with this one. We'll see how it came out. Right. So let's just start with a reading for the Divine Feminine. Probably use a couple extra of these cards just to see how they are. Lots of amazing energies though for twin flames. If you guys are in a separation, you are not meant to be at all. Separation is like, I always say, manifesting gone wrong and the need to heal. But these can happen, but don't get stuck in them like it's meant to happen. It's not meant to happen. So if you are, in a twin flame situation, I say do a call with me, do a reading. It's going to give you a lot of clarity and information as to what's coming up to be healing. Each twin flame has their own healing work, their own karmic baggage and patterns and behaviors to process as well too. So you really have to just focus on your side of the equation. Good news, when you heal yourself, because you're energetically connected to your twin flame, it will shift their energy too. It will heal them too. So we have a lot of work coming up for twin flames. In separation, union, doesn't matter. You're still doing that work very much together, even in the separation. If you guys are in separation, you'll be feeling it a little bit extra right now with this Christmas energy too. You'll be missing this person a little bit extra, thinking about them. And like I said, these separations are important spaces for healing. Make sure that you guys are doing the twin flame coaching. I see a lot of people kind of stuck in it as well too. Trust me, if you're in separation, you're blocked and stuck. So I always say do the twin flame coaching I do. It will help move you out of that space and to heal you and to go through all of the healing that it brings up, because it brings up a lot of healing work. I also do healings and activations. I do have a few activations and healings up for today too, because I'm always trying to tap into these alignments, especially with the Pleiadian energies. They are amazing for healing different things. All right, so starting with a reading for the Divine Feminine. Everything I see now reminds me of you. I think this is important too, because sometimes in the separation, you guys can separate because either one or both goes runner a lot of the time, right? The energies get intense and powerful, and you might begin to sabotage, push the person away, unconsciously, or even, we have that runner dynamic that can happen. But very oftentimes, very forces of the universe can separate you. Just as they pull you together, they can pull you apart at different times. And this can be part of your planned out experience here on Earth. And it can bring up a lot of, we'll say, awakening, challenging energies, and separation energies and things like that. Needing to heal those wounds that are causing separation, if in a separation. But this is a reading for everyone. So many of you guys are in beautiful union too. I always say just take what resonates. This is like even together in union, especially in separation, you're going to be thinking of your twin flame a lot. Whether it's like you see something that reminds you of them, you're like, oh my God, your twin flame loves this kind of food, and suddenly you're seeing it there, and then you're like, oh, but they're not here, like even more in the separation. Or you'll be like, oh, that was my twin flame's favorite, and you'll be thinking of them too. And so especially in the separations, you're going to feel something is missing. You felt this the second you came to Earth as well too, because in the spiritual realms, we're with our twin flame. When we split and separate and come to do these incarnations, oftentimes you guys were very fixated on finally love, or you knew something was missing unconscious, even though you didn't remember this person, or you may not have had a remembering of this person. And suddenly, once you've met your twin flame, everything is going to remind you of this person. You're watching a romantic movie on television, you're thinking of them and missing them, or different things like that. This plays out while in union too. You could be going to do things, because with this Saturn and Pisces energy, it's all about getting balanced and grounded emotionally. And this Cancer full moon is going to bring quite the emotional charge. So you're going to feel your emotions a little extra, but it's also about the day-to-day things that we have to do. We have certain tasks, because Saturn is taskmaster, it's karma. It's certain experiences. If you guys are in a separation and you feel that you're waiting on forces of the universe, divine timing, this is actually going to be a good shift for you, as Saturn is also that, not just taskmaster, but time master too. It has a lot to do with twin flames, twin flame union, and the lessons that we will move through in our lifetime. So we have a big focus on just doing the day-to-day things right now and staying grounded. You're going to be missing your twin flame and thinking about them. You're going to see little reminders, whether it is like, yes, we get the synchronicities, and sometimes we get synchronicities that are only going to have meaning for you. Like say your twin flame drove a certain kind of car and you're seeing that car somewhere, or you're seeing something that very much reminds you of them, but only the two of you would get it, or only you're getting these synchronicities. Higher forces are trying to guide us together. Even in the separation, you're on a path to union. If you know that you have a twin flame, if you've met this person, and everyone has a twin flame, we're all on a twin flame journey, and this explains a lot of our lifetime of the unconscious seeking. And this makes sense too, because you've all been karmic partners to other people. If each person is only meant for one divine match, one divine counterpart, one twin flame, this would make sense with a lot of the collective relationship challenges and things that we see coming up during this time as well too, because this is why the karmic connections most certainly are never meant to work out. People may come together for certain lessons, as you did need the karmic experiences that you had, because they've shaped you into the person that you've become, but you were never meant to be a match for certain people. And this is important too. So even in the separation, as you're walking your path, if you're doing the healing work, you're being guided back together. Just as you met in the first place, your paths will cross again. And I see this with twin flames. Oftentimes the universe or destiny is making sure that you're in the same place at the same time, or that you've met, but it's up to you to do the rest of the work to make things happen. So the universe is very much trying to bring you together. We have bigger forces trying to bring you together. Oftentimes your twin flame story was written astrologically in your birth chart. It was something mapped out at what points you would meet, when you would come together, when you would do union. And this is important too, because everyone just kind of wants union right off the bat, but we also have to be at an energetic level where we can stay balanced with this person and kind of handle it too. So you have very real forces, much bigger than yourself, that are guiding you towards your twin flame during this time. I need more time to process my feelings. So in union, you guys need space. You need space to do your own things. The healthiest relationships are where you are both interdependent too, where you guys can do your own projects. You need time to do things that bring you joy, whether it's not just your job, but other things too. But you need space by yourself. This is part of enlightenment. I realize that this is probably why a lot of people are doing separation too, because you guys need to really, really go within and not put all your focus on any other person, let alone your twin flame all the time. And this gives you a chance to process certain energy. So if in a separation, needing space for your feelings and to clear your energy and to get emotionally balanced. In union, needing that space right now too. You might be still in this Mercury retrograde energy of needing time by yourself to reflect and process certain things. This is a feminine reading too, but for once, you guys are needing to sit with your emotions to process them. You're able to process deep things in the past. You were masking them with either hanging out with people, substances, other things like that. And you're now needing to learn how to integrate all of these emotions and feelings, because as the energies are rising, we're feeling things a lot more. Let these feelings fuel you. When you're feeling really, really good, you're manifesting and you're in your superpowers, you're super magnetic. You know, when you're in the lows, you're processing and purging out certain energies, you're clearing certain things. So this is about connecting with our emotions and our feelings over the course of the next few days. You need to heal and open up your heart chakra more for this connection. This is the divine feminine. You have a lot of past relationship wounds and hurts that are blocking the connection. It could have been brought into the twin flame connection where you were looking at your partner to process certain things, because if you're bringing up past traumas and hurts and things like that, that's not their job. These become blocks. So some of you guys have been stuck on the same blocks, whether from past relationships, inner child. You'll notice that oftentimes our relationships mirror our inner child experiences, which mirror our past life experiences. So you came into this lifetime with certain things that you needed to work through and work on, but now is the time to really open up your heart chakra within these energies. We're still integrating the solstice energies. We may have moved past them, but we're still very much in them over the next few weeks. This is all about heart chakra opening and awakening and activation work. So doing some type of heart chakra healing will help you a ton. If you're in a twin flame situation, it's going to kick up a lot of heart chakra healing for you. In fact, you guys go through painful separations and things that are coming up from the past that you have to heal, and it's a lot on your heart chakra. If you're in a twin flame situation, no matter what the situation, make sure you're doing extra heart chakra healing. It will help a ton. Make sure you're staying open in the heart chakra. Make sure you're staying open to your twin flame in your heart chakra. And then once again, the next few days with this Cancer full moon, we're clearing the distortions in love. Anything that isn't aligned with unconditional love, we're letting these things go. This is what life is teaching us, right? So that we only have that unconditional love for our twin flame left and ourselves. There was a lot left unsaid between us. Sometimes you guys aren't able to put all of our feelings are always changing. You're trying to put them into words and things like that. And that's okay. Twin flames share an unspoken language. You think something, they pick it up telepathically anyways. You guys are always hardwired psychically and on a spiritual level as well too. I get to work with a lot of twin flames, so I love it. And someone told me yesterday they thought something and their twin flame did it. Like, you know what I mean? So you guys are very, very psychic as well too. This happens with me and my own connection where I think it and they say it, or I was thinking about saying it and they say it. So becoming very attuned spiritually to each other, where you can most certainly read each other's thoughts, minds, tell what each other is thinking, but you're always interconnected. Even if you think that you're in this separation, you're always energetically linked up and going through the same experiences. It's like your twin flame is in a parallel life to you all of the time, but you're always sharing energy and information a little bit extra. Things are over between us. It wasn't the right time. Things are not over between us. It wasn't the right timing. It never ends with twin flames. Just as you pick up the journey with other souls from past lives, you will in this lifetime with your twin flame. Many people have to go through this healing process though and believe the illusion, as I call it, of separation so that you can go deep into the healing, or it doesn't work the same. Something is coming up between divine timing with this person. They may have other lessons. Karmic baggage is the biggest reason twin flames are not together, especially if you see your twin flame going on to learn with other people, or they have their own lessons, or there's a hold up in some type of way on either side. This can come down to karmic baggage that you're needing to release and clear. Things are not over. It's important that you're also taking the space to complete your own spiritual journey and to work on your own lessons, but also giving them the space to do the same. If you think it's over, like some of you guys might be in a separation with no contact, it most certainly isn't. You guys are going to meet again very shortly. Just depends on going deep within that healing work. The problem is a lot of people get stuck and don't know how in these states of separation. I always say double down on the healing. Make sure you're clearing your energy more. Make sure you're doing more energy healing sessions. Will help speed up the process a ton. If you're not doing that type of energetic work and inner work, you'll probably just stay where you're at. So the healing work is going to help you to kind of move through this process a lot faster. I wish I could go back and start over. This could be divine feminine in that energy of regret of the past, of how things went, or wishing they had gone differently. Know that everything has gone as it should, and you're where you're meant to be right now. This is a powerful message for this Cancer full moon. You're exactly where you should be. Even in separation, you're where you should be with your twin flame. So everything is played out as it was planned to. It's going according to plan right now. And this is important too, but we do have some of this energy on the divine feminine where they're missing their twin flame. It could be even in separation, you're missing them extra. Even in union, you're probably going to miss this person all of the time. And there's a very magnetic quality where you're probably not going to want to do much else and you're going to want to be around them all of the time, even doing nothing, because it's very magnetic. But we do have this. Divine feminine is not happy about how things have gone or are going, and we have sabotaging behavior on the divine feminines. Maybe you've been sabotaging, pushing this person away, or blocking the energy, and this is where the deeper inner work comes in, because your twin flame reflects your own energy back to you. It's a little bit like the moon, right? So okay, with the moon, it's a very reflective quality. Moon signs also have that reflective quality, but your twin flame does too. Divine feminine, it's important that you're staying in this higher frequency and that you're checking and being aware of the things that you're saying in your own inner patterns, because your masculine is simply reflecting, much like a mirror, your own energy and things you're saying to them and doing back to you at all times. And so a lot of times we get upset with the mirror. It's a little bit like, oh, I'm having a bad hair day, and I start yelling at the mirror, right? It's not going to work, right? It's probably not going to shift much. It's just a reflective mirroring energy. And so this is where going deep, changing your own sabotaging patterns. So your twin flame is going to show you all of your own issues, sabotaging behaviors, patterns, behaviors, things that have been keeping you stuck. There's a very reflective mirroring energy that is happening at this point. Know you have a strong soul connection. You can move through any of this, and you have in many different lifetimes with your twin flame, and so you're always connected to this person. You're connected through your chakra systems, especially if you guys are around each other a lot, have merged. You become one energy body and one chakra system on the higher as well too. So for if any of you guys are wondering, there is this reunion, union energy coming at you. We are going to have a reconciliation. There's going to be another chance to come back together for any twin flames in separation in 2024, but it's going to require you to really do that work. If you're just sitting and expecting it, nothing will shift. You're having to really, really go deep within the healing and to clear all of the energies that have been stirred from this. There's a reunion energy coming up, and it's a powerful reunion coming for people. And some of you guys might be coming closer into union too. Some of you guys have planned out marriage, the contracts, right? So it's more like a contract energy of some of you guys coming into that alchemical marriage for good. If you have come in, say you were together with your twin flame and you went into a separation, you've not come into union yet. I know a lot of people say, oh yeah, I'm in union. I'm seeing them every once in a while or whatever. Union is like full union where you guys are together all the time. You guys are like married together, right? Full union, but it's an alchemical spiritual marriage where you merge back into full oneness on every level as well too. So a lot of you guys, even in the union, are kind of dancing around the union with this soul, or haven't come into full union, or you most certainly wouldn't have reached a place of separation. So for those that are in a space of separation, are not fully in union, there's going to be that full union energy coming at those that are doing the work. This is important too, because it's teaching you a lot about your ascension, about healing, about the different things that are kind of coming up too. Okay, so we have a lot of energy coming up. Some of you guys might be in a no contact where oftentimes your twin flame might have disappeared. They fall off your timeline. This is a good way to put it. Some of you guys might have actually been ghosted and felt very heavy, rejected, abandonment. They might have been a breakup energy where I just say if they're not around a lot, like if suddenly your twin flame has disappeared and you're not having a lot of contact, you're having no contact, this is important too. You're healing abandonment wounds. Abandonment wounds come down to trust issues from the past, literally, where you've been through past heartaches, betrayals, and things like that. And then it can cause sabotaging behaviors where you're holding on too tight. It can cause trust issues, jealousy, things like that. Divine Feminine is healing these kind of deeper abandonment wounds, no matter what the situation. This is confirmation. This is your twin flame. I don't know who needs to hear this. You should know this. You're being made aware of it. But if you want to know for sure, do a reading with me. I get way into the astrology and things like that. And I was talking with my own twin flame a lot about twin flame astrology last night, because there are certain things that are powerful that you will share astrologically. Like, so even though you might be all different kind of things than your twin flame, there's certain things that you guys share that are very, very powerful astrologically and things like that. So if in doubt, this is confirmation that this person is your twin flame, and then it's going to bring a high level of work. Divine Feminine, sacral chakra, money problems. So I was talking about DNA healing, because this is what I do, and how certain things have been generationally programmed in our DNA. So say your grandma was worried about money, or your mom. These things are actually playing out as belief systems encoded in your DNA. So you could be fine with money, but you're always kind of worried about it, or you have a lot of negative limiting beliefs, because we're talking about the sacral chakra and money, and kind of clearing some of these generational things. Twin flames come into really horrible family systems. They really do. And the reason why is because you guys came to cleanse your genetic code. You have certain soul DNA that you've taken on coming here. Sometimes starseeds didn't have a lot of it. You may have experienced most of your soul DNA like me through my bloodline. So I know that all of my karma, I could connect it back to my family line and past generations that had nothing to do with me. But it's because it's in my DNA, it's in your genetic material, things like that. So you took on any soul DNA that you had from past lives, but you also took on the genetic karma and DNA too, right? So you have your soul karma that you took on from past life. So if you had past lifetime karma owed out, that's your own personal karma that would play out. But you also took on the genetic karma from your DNA, and you agreed to cleanse your bloodline. You agreed to take on any karma still remaining in the bloodline, and this is important too. And so sometimes we kind of move through a lot of that, hopefully, because we have certain things genetically programmed. And I feel that our karma and our deeper experiences are programmed in our DNA as well too. But sometimes we have limiting beliefs where if you had 3 generations back a family member that struggled with, this, you're having negative beliefs about it your whole life, or limitations or things you don't even understand. A lot of times, because this is a money issue, it could be connected with finances, or right now, self-doubt is huge as we're moving through this Sun in Capricorn and Saturn in Pisces. It's encouraging us to rewrite the narrative. We have a lot of negative narratives playing through our belief system where we haven't had confidence, or we've had too much self-doubt in ourselves, and we're trying to rewrite these things. Oftentimes we're needing to rewrite our genetic code though through this awakening and through our ascension. Good news, we have all these ascension energies coming into the planet where we can heal our DNA on a deeper level to release some of these things that we may have been a lot of the time unconsciously struggling with our entire life as well too. These energies over the next few days, amazing for doing healing work, or I wouldn't be here on holiday, right? Amazing for doing healing work, amazing for doing DNA healing work. So we have these themes coming up for the Divine Feminine. You have some things that you need to rewrite that have been affecting you over the course of your lifetime. A lot of the times it's come from your family line and your own karmic baggage that you didn't take from past lives, because you did that, but you've taken on through the family line that may be affecting your love life, the stories playing out and the narratives playing out your love life, and even your twin flame situation. Okay, so we have the Strength card for the Divine Feminine. This is also balancing your emotions and things like that. So this is healing. We just talked about fear, doubt, and anxiety. If you have anxiety, this could easily turn into fear. So I see a lot of people, because what I do is a lot of you guys have an insecure attachment style. Most twin flames, in fact, probably at least one has an insecure attachment style, usually both. Now the goal is to heal yourselves, and both of you within, we'll say, a couple of years, you shift into a secure attachment together, right, through the healing. But I see a lot of people stuck on the insecure attachment and things like that. And it could be one of you has, and just different combinations can play out, but I see a lot of the, we'll say, anxious and fearful attachment coming together and things like that. So you could have had, if you don't heal and you have an anxious attachment or anxiety, this can easily turn into fear. Those fear, they turn into huge blocks, and it can affect not just your love life, but obviously your manifesting and other things like that. So Divine Feminine, being guided to really heal any type of anxious or fearful or avoidant type of, we'll say, attachment style as well too. No, this is affecting the types of partners that you're attracting, but it's most certainly going to affect your twin flame dynamic too, as certain things are being mirrored back to you about yourself through this connection. So this is getting balanced emotionally. A lot of times anxiety or fear comes down to attachments and things like that as well too. Not going to go too into that too. Energy problems, we'll say. All right, so we have this Six of Wands energy, but it's reversed. It's healing your self-esteem and your confidence. And we just talked a lot about that. This is solar plexus upgrades happening for the Divine Feminine, needing to really heal your energy and things like that. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. This is needing to work more, needing to show up for yourself. This is also a money card too, but it's reversed. And so we just talked about lack of confidence shows up in our manifestations, doubt, fear, worry, right? It's going to throw off so that we have a danger of creating things that we don't want anymore. This is healing something around your finances. This could be things are feeling slow or even backwards right now in that area too. So you do have a lot of that energy coming up to heal. We have this Queen of Wands. Sometimes this is getting passionate and optimistic and fired up. This is being energetic, but this is also helping other people. It's tapping into your mission. It's awakening. Oftentimes twin flames go through many different experiences because you're being guided to wake up more during this time. It's important that you're waking up more. You're tapping into your mission and your purpose. You and your twin flame share a shared mission or purpose. You have gifts that go together that you're going to find that you're here to help the collective, to be of service. Until you really get onto your mission of helping others, you're going to be stuck on this 3D kind of wheel, right? And that's what's going to help you. But I see so many people that where your toxic trait is not doing the healing work first. I see so many people trying to play counselor, healer for their partner, and they haven't even done that work themselves. They're going right out there and trying to help other people because you guys have been doing that your whole life. We call it enabling, rescuing, right? Playing the empath and things like that. And that's the thing, is that this is a way to avoid doing your own healing work as well too. So I see a lot of people that just kind of wake up and they're trying to go right to skip steps within the healing. You need to spend a lot of time healing yourself right now. So sometimes this is also asking for help, doing the healing sessions yourself, not wanting to. A lot of you guys have good excuses for avoiding it, weight and ego and things like that, but you're needing to learn certain things as well too. So some of you guys, it could be asking for help, doing more of the healing work yourselves, stopping the rescuing behavior, especially when it comes to your twin flame. All right, we're going to go ahead and do some cards for the Divine Masculine and see where you guys are at. We're kind of all over. Let's do a reading for the Divine Masculine. So Divine Feminine, needing to really put your focus on yourself and your own healing right now. Stop trying to rescue people, especially your partners. I said this before, you're not able to be their therapist or counselor, and you're not meant to be. You guys are trying to do too many roles. You got to stick to the lover role in your relationships, right? Doing the healing work yourself if you've been avoiding it, Divine Feminine. And for those that have been avoiding it, you're seeing it in your love life. Someone told me it's too expensive. I said, it's expensive. I'm not going to be 50 years old in the same cycle of this stuff, right? That's expensive to me. It's awful. And I see it on planet Earth. I see a lot of people that are still, and I don't know how, but this is just, your ego can convince you that it's everyone else, I suppose, and that you're not playing out certain patterns. So these patterns that have been keeping you guys stuck and having challenges, especially around love and finances and things like that, time to clear these things, time to heal these things. Make sure that you're putting in that work. Just trust me on that. You don't want to be running around, I call them loops, in the same karmic patterns and loops 10 years from now. So I see a lot of people changing partners a lot of their life and not doing the work and getting the same stuff because the patterns come from yourself. So being mindful of your patterns, Divine Feminine, and then let's just go ahead and pull some cards for the Masculine. Okay, Divine Masculine. Our story is not even close to being finished, and I'll just tell you something my twin flame told me last night, that we might have mapped this out from the other side in spirit and thought it would go a little bit easier, and then you get to Earth and you realize it's actually very challenging and hard to play out some of these stories, because we did plan out a certain storyline to play out with our twin flame as well too. You're sharing a story. This story didn't start in this lifetime. It's many lifetimes in the making, and you're just kind of coming back together to do another chapter in each lifetime. We could look at that like each lifetime is a chapter, right? Your story is not finished right now. If you're in a separation, there's certain things that you need to heal by yourself away from your twin flame, and that's okay. Those in union, know your story is just getting started. You have triggered deep insecurities I didn't even know that I had. Be patient with me while I heal these things. So your twin flame is going to shine a light on things that you didn't even know were in your energy field. Usually it could be the triggers, wounds, ways that they pick at you, or ways that they have triggered deep insecurities or insecure attachment style, right? You probably had it your whole life, but you didn't notice in your past relationships. Suddenly you're noticing as soon as you get into twin flame union. Be patient with your healing process, masculine. Divine feminine, be more patient with your twin flame if they're healing things too. Divine masculine, I need a break to heal myself. And we've been talking about this, needing to heal certain things on your own away from your partner oftentimes. So divine masculine, you're being guided to take a break. This could be from certain situations in your life, but most notably, if you're in separation, this is why you're still in separation away from your twin flame. You need to focus more on your healing. I feel your energy around me all of the time. Twin flames think about each other all of the time, especially the more that you know the connection, the more awake you are. And this is like feeling them around you. I say the light body all of the time because they most certainly are around you all of the time. And this is why people are going to realize that as we're waking up and becoming more psychic and tuned in, you can sense things, you can tell things, you can see things far away. You don't have to be right there, right? And this is how we're connecting too. So you're probably feeling this person around you a ton. This is why you think about them. You might sense their energy, think of them, or feel them. I long for you in a way that only you would get, and it's like a shared frequency. So since you do share very much that energy connection, but also your soul on a higher level, this is a whole other talk, right? But you're split off from the same oversoul, and so this is why you guys share a resonance. And it's going to be something that you feel. It might not make sense. A lot of times your friends are like, why are you so fixated on this person? Or, they're not going to get it, the people around you. But it is the energy that you feel when you're with this person. Now, the thing is that when you're out of alignment, it throws everything out of alignment. When you're in a really deep alignment with yourself, you're going to be attuned to your energy, much more balanced and attuned. You're going to feel that resonance more. So it takes both of you being super aligned, and you're going to have that kind of energetic resonance that you're feeling. This is why sometimes only you two can feel that shared soul song, that shared energy, and how it feels to both of you guys when you're in that deeper resonance together. I cannot move on from you ever, even if I tried. I see people that do try, and I think they just think of this person even more, and it drives them even more crazy. Then they probably feel bad about it as well too, because a lot of people aren't getting the separation. You're going to come back together if in separation, but you're also being tested in this space. You have to be careful because we go through a lot of tests. This is our school. What do you think of when you think of high school? Lots of tests, right? I don't know, homework, exams, and tests. And it's like that here too. This is a spiritual school. And so when we fail our test, we feel bad about it too. So you may be being tested or challenged on this twin flame journey a little bit extra too. Our souls speak the same language that only you and I would get. This is why I said you have an unspoken language between you. You can say certain things and your twin flame will get you deeply. I find when I said I was trying to talk to someone the other night and they couldn't understand anything that I was trying to say to them. And this is why I say do the phone sessions with me. When you guys are just so stuck in your own stuff and you're not really listening to the other person, you're not really getting a lot out of it. And yeah, sometimes you guys aren't even speaking the same language with the people in 3D anymore. You'll notice once you're awake, right? These people might not be understanding you. They don't get you, right? But when you're in these higher dimensional levels, there are going to be people that are going to understand you, most notably your twin flame, because they're always at that same level with you as well too. So this is someone that you try to talk to them about things, they understand you deeply, right? You're speaking the same language, but you might be on a different resonance with other people and they're definitely not understanding you or not open to the things that you're saying as well too. Your twin flame is going to be very open to you and at the same level. I've seen visions and glimpses of us in the future together. Divine Masculine, you've been shown the future. It might be through your dreams, because twin flames are always communicating on the higher, and it doesn't matter whether you're in union or separate for these readings, as you know, because so many of you guys are in union and probably getting even more through. Even in the separations, you're being shown what you need on your journey during that time. So pay attention to the future that you've been shown, and it could be little things about like where you're living, being together, children, different things like that. I have a lot of people tell me about some of these visions, dreams, and experiences that they're having, because this is what is around twin flame. It's not just your normal muggle connection. It is a spiritual connection where you guys are picking up and being shown a ton within the spiritual. Pay attention to what's coming up. You need to heal how you're seeing things. A shift in perspective is needed. And this is huge too, because your beliefs are creating your reality. When you're seeing things a certain way, your twin flame is playing them out. And I was trying to say this to someone the other night, and they just kept pointing the finger back at their twin flame. You hold all of the power. Every person in your reality is actually playing out your thoughts. So if you're sitting there thinking negative narratives, they will play it out. Your twin flame especially, because they're so connected to you. You share one consciousness, right? And so when you really begin to empower yourself and stay positive on a mental level, it changes your outer reality. You're not able to change your outer reality without changing your thoughts and how you're seeing things. But sometimes you're stuck in a lot of the same thought patterns, right? And things like that. And that's why you've been kind of playing out different things on a loop. It's important that you're staying positive and shifting how you're seeing things. When you begin to see your twin flame in a more positive light, they act in a more positive light. Seeing them negatively, they'll act in that way too. Okay, so we have third party energy with the Divine Masculine. This is people getting in the way, but it could be karma, situations, baggage, things that need resolved, things that need cleared, because we're moving into karma season. You might be knowing what I'm talking about. Yes, it could be other people if you're, we'll say, with karmics and karmic situations, but oftentimes it is the whole situation of things. And since we're moving into Capricorn season, it's like karma season, I always say, right? It's going to be pushing things up to the surface. This could be friends and family that are telling you stay away from this person. It could be situations that you have yet to resolve from the past, or lessons that you're currently in. This can happen in many different ways. Clearing the blocks for union, whatever they may be. Okay, so we have your Divine Feminine is just as, we'll say, enamored. I don't want to use the word obsessed, right? Enamored with you as you are with them, but they're holding back. They might not have been saying it. You know, their words aren't really showing you that, but it's okay. And we have this, something has pulled you apart in situations, things that have come up, past energies, things that have played out. Just be aware of that. And we have this runner energy. If there's a runner in the connection, whether you or the Divine Feminine, this person wants to face you. They don't want to run anymore. If your twin flame is running, you're the runner. You're sabotaging things, and you're causing it through your thoughts and your belief system. This is why I always say, get at me for these sessions. I will help you shift this stuff, right? So if you do have an external, this is a Divine Masculine. If your feminine's the runner, this is stuff going on within you, and you hold the key to shifting this as well too. So you might have been kind of kicked it off not knowing it. Oftentimes this stuff is unconscious. So we have that energy too. Okay, so we have a lot of, you're not sure about this situation. It might be you're questioning the connection. You don't know what's going on. We have this tested energy. You're being tempted. And this is important too. You might be thinking it's better without your twin flame, or the grass is greener on the other side, and figuring out that isn't true. Some masculines are trying to go back to their old life or stay in their old life right now. This is ego-based. This is like holding tight to the 3D. A lot of masculines are doing that even more as well too, needing to follow your intuition. You're being guided into the unknown, uncharted territory of the soul. Your soul is simply trying to move you into higher frequencies and higher dimensions. Doesn't matter what's going on with the ego here in the physical. We have this ascension that is happening where your soul is trying to rise you up into higher energies and new levels. And I did a reading yesterday. Someone was kind of outgrowing their situation, and I say, you always want to stay. You're comfortable with where you're at. But it's going to be better in the new, but the transition is a little bit, right? We have to move past the fear and move into the unknown. So some people are in that space right now. You might have extra friends around you right now. Be mindful if they're talking in your ear. We have that negative gossip card coming up and things like that. They may not understand your situation. You will. you're being made aware of it. Whether you're seeing twin flame posts, articles, videos like this, right? You're learning about the connection. This is important too. Not everyone is on the twin flame journey. Not everyone's even waking up and on the spiritual ascension journey, we're noticing, right? And that's okay. Some people aren't going to change. They're not going to wake up and they're not going to understand you, and that's fine. This is why it's very important that you're following your inner guidance for yourself, specifically on your path. We have this Knight of Cups energy. Masculine might be feeling extra romantic. I think Pisces energy is super romantic within the spiritual. So this is also a romantic proposal, an offer, love message, following your heart, being in love. Now, this could be you making an offer to your twin flame as the masculine, or your twin flame, the feminine, is saying, hey, I want to be with you, like a love offer, right? I want to be with you. I want to live with you. I want to do this, right? And it could be coming from either side. It could be you opening up and saying, listen, I really love you, or this other person is as well too. There's a lot of romantic energy coming up right now. And then this is the Knight with the cup. And I love the cup because it's the chalice. It's the divine feminine. The Knight was on the quest, and it's always for the goddess, right? It was always for the divine feminine. The cup is always the womb of the divine feminine in reality, right? But we have this Eight of Swords energy, and this is the divine feminine isn't seeing things clearly right now. I talked about you might be a little hazy until after Mercury retrograde, which is fine. It's the new year. So we're kind of moving through this space of reflection right now. Introspective, going within. You're not clear. You might be kind of feeling off your path, but you're not, or not able to see the path ahead clearly right now. This is letting go of mental prison and negative thoughts, finding solutions, moving forward. And then this is once again releasing fear and anxiety. So masculine, you're having fear and anxiety come up about your divine feminine or this situation. You're being guided to move past that and to create higher timelines too. So we have a lot of that energy coming up. This is letting go of the past. Four of Cups reverse. This is letting go of whatever's happened between you and the twin flame in the past and starting over. Hell, you've had to do that in many lifetimes of different stories and different chapters. This is like if you're too focused on your own past and the negativity from it, or even negative things that have happened with your twin flame, you're being asked to start over. We're going to get a whole reset moving into 2024. That's going to be amazing for twin flames. You guys have done a lot of challenging growth and spiritual lessons and healing this year. We have the Ten of Pentacles. This is getting some money. It could be an inheritance. This is like doing the work and seeing financial reward come out of it, where you're healing these things. If you felt really limited and blocked in money, your twin flame journey is meant to open this up for you in some type of way. It could be through the divine feminine, could just be through your own spiritual awakening, healing these things. This is security, a happy home and happy family coming out of this. Many of you guys are meant to clear and cleanse your bloodline. Okay, I'm not going to go too into this, but a lot of you guys have karmic children already. If you had a child with a karmic partner, they're going to be affected by this karmic union through their DNA, right? When you guys are in a twin flame union, those children will be born directly into the new earth. And so oftentimes some of you guys are stuck through having children with karmic partners. And sometimes I see these people, their twin flame situation isn't moving so much. That's why that these are karmic lessons, the children. You'll say, what? Yes. And different things, right? We might learn with karmic partners, karmic children, and things like that. But yes, this can affect things as karmic baggage that you're here to learn and work with, right? But when you come together, when you've done this healing work, this ascension work, and you come together and you have children with your twin flame, these will be new earth kids. They're going to be born on higher timelines. Hell, they'll take you to these higher timelines too. And so this is why a lot of twin flames are meant to come together and to like have children and things like that. Okay, so but we have this reverse judgment card. Allowing fear to stop you. This is something like self-doubt, being asleep, and karmic lessons that may be blocking your path right now. This could be past lessons that you haven't moved out of or you're choosing to stay stuck in, because we can let go of karma anytime we want. I realize this, right? We don't have to stay stuck in it. We can just let go. And so I was saying this last night, it's a letting go process that yes, the longer you're awake, the more of the earthly attachments that you'll let go of completely to ascend. It's just a simply letting go of the 3D earth, right? And things that are playing out there. But this is letting go of any fear that's stopping you from coming fully into union on the masculine side. Letting go of the karmas of the past so that you can start over and start over with your twin flame as to something new. This is also Archangel Gabriel around the connection, or the archangels around the connection as well too. Something karmically that you're working on moving through or letting go of for the masculine. All right, we're gonna go on that note anyways, but have a beautiful Christmas Eve. We're celebrating I guess the Pleiades are the star of Christmas, which excites me a ton, right? As we're kind of celebrating the holidays. I'm around working today. It's a good day if you guys need me to go ahead and book. I know I have healings up for today. I think I have healings up for tomorrow as well too on my website. So of course I'm working this holiday, tapping into these Pleiadian energies. If you need me, just go ahead and book a session on my website. I always say just go ahead and book a reading and some healings will help you a ton. I also teach classes like Reiki and Sikhem on there too.